Hi, in this video we shall solve a multi-step equation in one variable that involves the distributive property and also combining like terms. PEMDAS says parenthesis first in simplifying mathematical expressions. With the distributive property, this 3 here is going to multiply that x, and this same 3 will multiply with that positive 2. Now when you are doing distributive property, you need to pay attention to the signs of the numbers. As we see in this second parenthesis, there is no minus sign idling here that will be left alone. No, this number that is sitting here is negative 2. So this negative 2 will multiply this number 1, and there is no minus sign idling here. This term here is a negative x term. Okay, that negative 2 will multiply that negative x term. So let's go ahead and start off our distributive property then. So we are going to have 3 times x, and we will also have 3 times positive 2. Then, so we can say, and we will also have, so this plus sign here is just a connection to the next parenthesis. Okay, so and we are going to have negative 2 times 1. So now we see that negative 2 of ours. Okay, it's better to separate them like that. So now we have negative 2 times 1, plus we will also have negative 2 times negative x. All right, and then we can go ahead and say that this equals 7. On the right hand side, the 7 is still sitting there. Okay, we haven't messed with that 7 on the right hand side. So we have terms that are spread out. Let us go ahead and remove the parentheses completely. 3 times x is just 3x, and 3 times 2 is positive 6, so plus 6. Okay, so and we have the connector there, plus negative 2 times positive 1 is negative 2, and so plus again, negative 2 times negative x is positive 2x. So when it is positive 2x, we just write it like that. And then we have equals 7. We don't have any parentheses anymore. So right now, we want to combine like terms. Right now, our equation says 3x plus 6 plus negative 2 is just the same as minus 2, and then plus 2x equals 7. This positive 2x here is a family member to this 3x, and their last name is x. They both have that last name x. So they are like terms. Let's write them next to each other. So it will look like 3x plus 2x. All right, now these other two terms are called constants. They do not have the x, so they will come down here as positive 6 and negative 2. And then we have that equal to 7. The 7 is on the right hand side. Let's not worry about it yet. Let's just continue to leave it as equal to 7. Remember, solving two-step equation, the next step here will be to undo addition. So we will undo addition, and you undo addition with subtraction. So now we are going to undo that positive 4 with subtracting 4, and whatever you do on the left hand side of an equation, you do the same thing on the right hand side. So we will subtract 4 on the right hand side as well. So when that is done, 4 minus 4 is 0. Our 5x comes down here, and then that equals 7 minus 4 is 3. Okay, the last step is to undo multiplication. We undo multiplication with division, and our equation now says 5x is equal to 3. So to find that number, that when we multiply by 5 we get 3, we just do the reverse of multiplication, which is division. So we divide by the coefficient of x. This is where the multiplication occurs. 5x means 5 times x, so we remove that coefficient of x with division, so we divide by 5, and then we also divide this 3 by 5. So 5 divided by 5 is 1. So now we have 1x, that is what we wanted to have the whole time, equals 3/5. It is okay to have a fraction for an answer. 1x is just the same as x. And so we have x equals 3/5.